Hi guys, Rachel here from Day Day Joyce. Thank you so much for tuning in. Where have I been? Long time no see. I'm glad to be back making videos for as long as I can. So let me just share a little bit.
Dirty dishes, peaceful wishes, blissful messes tangled up in joy.
This past year I have been going through a lot, and it actually has been one of the hardest years. I'm not going to get into any of the details, so please don't ask, but I am going to share some things I've learned. So even though much of my life I have been a Christian, I never really I did put two and two, but when you experience things in life, it helps you understand truly. But the song and the story about building your house, building your life upon the rock, which Christ is the solid rock on which we stand, all else is sinking sand. So the song, the rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. And the house of the rock stood firm. The foolish man built. Then talks about the foolish man built his house upon the sand, and that's just sinking. So in life, you know, Christ is the solid rock on which we stand. All else is sinking sand. Our family, our husband, our children, our things, our home, the things that we value and put time into, as much as we care about them, it's all sinking sand because only Christ is the solid rock on which we stand. So even though I know that, and I grew up singing that song and that story, just what the song and the verse truly means penetrated my heart this year. Just that Christ is the solid rock on which I can stand. Everything else is sinking sand. I'm still learning this as I go and get older, and I know that without Christ, then I have nothing. The second thing I've learned is to take your thoughts captive. Our minds can create things, and our minds can build these elaborate stories that, number one, might not be true, number two, might just be built out of fear, and so on and so forth. Or they could, be things that can help you in a good way, but you got to take your thoughts captive. So I have recently been reading Jenny Allen's book, Get Out of Your Head. I highly recommend it. If I've learned anything from her book, it's I have a choice. 4 words. I have a choice to take those thoughts captive and either throw them away or replace them with God's truth, God's word, and who He says I am. So I wrote down this a little while ago, and I'm almost done. I still have a few more chapters left, but I said, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, unheard, unloved, pain, anxious, fill in the blank, I can dwell, overthink things, I can worry, doubt, have fear, etc. Or I can take the thought captive, take the emotion, the feeling, and say, I have a choice. And I don't have to sit here in this. I can hand it over to Jesus. So that is something else I've learned through this past year. The next thing I have learned is to talk to the Lord daily, no matter if I'm having good time or I feel like everything's falling apart, that I can come to Him and He's always here with me and He's always here with us. And behind me is this type of thing where I can post and put up my prayers to the Lord so I can be reminded of what He's done and what He will do because He is a faithful Lord. And I also have a prayer journal, and so I have lots of different areas in here where I can write things down, write prayers down, and I can also write in answer prayers. Got my notes here. Okay, so where have I been besides going through a hard year? I've just been taking a break. We just had to because it was the pandemic of 2020. And things in life changed and things shut down. Masks came out, and so that's what's been going on. We've been living the coronavirus life, like I just said, and staying home and doing things together as a family. Another thing that I've been doing is teaching on OutSchool. So OutSchool is an online platform where you teach to kids ages 3 to 18, and you get to pick your topic, your subject, how much you charge for each learner, what time and what days your classes are, and it's easy to cancel them. And I have been enjoying it a lot. And I've found from the ESL community, like if you teach VIP Kid or things like that, you know, you have to wake up super early to do those. You have to, you can't cancel very much or you might get penalized. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. You don't make nearly as much. So if I just have 2 learners in a class for 30 minutes, then I will probably make more than what I would make an entire hour at like one of those ESL companies. So, and you can set the number of learners. So I have been loving that. My favorite class is my pen pal class, where I teach about how to write a letter. They get a pen, they get a letter from me in the mail. They get to exchange letters with a friend. It's really fun. It's one of my favorite classes to do. My children have taken classes and they've enjoyed things like cooking. My son did a filming class, all different types of things. They've enjoyed it over this past coronavirus type of summer where the year kind of just meshed all together, at least for us. I'm not sure about you. The OutSchool actually has a $20 credit where you can take your first class pretty much for free, because there's not really classes that cost more than $20. So I will leave a link below in case you want to check that out, or if you are interested in teaching with them, you can use that link below and I'd be happy to help you in any way I can. Just email me. My email is also below. So the girls and I went and got our eyes checked. I wanted to get this done before we started our new school year. And the optometrist said that I should probably wear glasses, but if I took a driving test, I'll pass it. So I don't know how I feel about this. So I'm at least gonna use them for driving, especially at night. Here are the glasses, because I have astigmatism. Anyways, I got them from this company online called Firmru, I think, .com. And they have a pretty good price. I'll leave a link below in case you want to get some. And they're pretty cheap, like $20-ish dollars. Maybe 25, I don't know. So these are my glasses. However, I don't know if this is like because I have astigmatism or what, but okay, it looks like instead of things being flat, it's like they're diagonal. Like the wall over there is diagonal. So if you wear glasses, maybe you can tell me why that's happening. Maybe my brain is trying to learn how to see through these. So these are my glasses. What do you think? Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about the upcoming plans. So we are homeschooling. Not everybody, as you may have known if you are a watcher of my channel, or if you're new, my oldest son went to public school a couple years ago in 5th grade for the first time. And so he did that, and last year he was in 6th grade, and we all know how that happened with the end of the school year. And so now he's going to be going into 7th grade, and the plan is for him to still go to school. We'll see, our county keeps pushing the date back, so I'm not sure what's going to go, but he would like to go to school. My next 2 daughters, 6th grade and 1st grade, are going to do the same type of schooling that we've been doing, which is a hybrid type of homeschooling. I will leave a video above where Michelle from A Common Life kind of shares a little bit about this, but it's where the kids go to school, they get to do all the schooly type of things, see friends, do projects, learn from a teacher, sit in a desk or a desk with other students, all that type of thing. And also they will do homeschool on the other days. So it's half school, half homeschool. So it's like what they say, the best of both worlds. So we've done this since kindergarten, with the exception of a 2-year entire homeschool break, where we did only homeschooling, and I used Sunlight, and I really enjoyed Sunlight, and we love reading all the books, but then we went back to this type of schooling. We were actually gonna let Julia go to school this year before the pandemic, But then once it happened, then she's like, Mom, I really don't want to go to school in my first setting and being in that kind of setting, be with masks and all that. And I don't blame her. So she's going to go to her hybrid homeschooling, and they have to wear masks, but when they're sitting, they're going to have like a clear thing between each kid, and so then they get to pull them down. So that is the plan so far. And then my youngest, he is 4 years old, so he's doing preschool stuff at home with me, and then he's going to be going to a Mother's Day out a couple days a week. So those are our schooling type of plans. My plan for YouTube is to come back slowly but surely, because I miss doing videos on here. I miss posting and I miss watching. So I hope to be back here doing some homeschooling videos at least. I like to have those saved for my memory's sake and just to share with y'all. The last thing I wanted to share is my word for the year. And you know, I didn't really know exactly everything that I was going to be going through this year and part of last school year, but God just put that word in my heart, abide. And a friend actually gave this to me. It says, Lord, abide with me, Luke 24:29. And this is something that I wrote in my prayer journal earlier in the beginning of the year. My word for 2020 is abide. My life has been so chaotic. I want to truly learn to abide in Christ. Abide means to remain, to be held continually. Jesus invites me to abide in his presence continually, to be held by him. The Lord is asking me to hand over my life, my marriage, our children, over to him, and let him teach me how to live my day in him and through his strength. He is asking me to put him first, and he will do the rest. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit by itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever abides in me, and I in him, he is that who bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. John 15:4-7. And then I wrote a little prayer to God about helping me abide in him, because it's a daily thing that you have to do, and I have to do. And sometimes I struggle and I do not do the right thing. But anyways, this is my update, where I've been, what our plans are, and it's good to be back. Hopefully see you guys. Talk to me in the comments. I love to do that, and I try to reply to each and every one. Well, you guys, I hope that you'll give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you'll see all the videos that I plan on posting coming up. I thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this update, and hear where I've been and what's been going on and my plans for coming up. And I hope that you guys have a blessed day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.